last year there was a lot of wild, crazy talk about how young people should not vote, right? Because they won't get what they want from politicians, right? If they want to get what they want from politicians, they've got to vote.
I don't think anyone without connections has a chance of fulfilling their desire to change something.
I think politicians are they're people that try and get as much as they can and take from whoever they can to feed themselves.
They don't really connect with us.
Josh Stanley, 18.
Constance Witten, and I'm 17.
Adam Hyman, and I'm 20.
Saul Norris, 18.
Natasha Chilembo, and I'm 20.
My name's Amanda, I'm 19.
So we've done a tour for the last sort of 4 weeks now, going around different constituencies in the UK to really try and get like voices that never get heard out into the mainstream media. A lot of the places that we went to, they were so engaged and so interested, but actually said that they thought they didn't know anything about politics because no one's ever spoken, to them about politics before.
They need to build a relationship with the young people first.
I feel really passionately about being able to protect decent jobs for young people.
No public ownership won't solve every problem, but fundamentally it's got to be better for the ticket payers.
Change taxis so it's like easier for me and people my age.
Get disabled students in the right school. Making the bus more accessible.
Too much time spent on pointing out faults. Just having more politicians, I think, passionate about things that we're interested in.
Everything's all just down to like politics.
They're not getting the education, no one's talking to them, they don't know the channels that they can go through to actually get their voices heard by the people in power, and really I just feel they feel quite disenfranchised, and that's not that they're disinterested in politics, it's not that they're disengaged, but party politics just isn't appealing to young people anymore. We're here today in London with a group of 20 people that we've met from different constituencies around the country. We're going to take them to meet a group of MPs, one from each of the main political parties, in the hope that we can get them to sort of understand each other more and get more young people engaged in politics.
I think politicians and politics is a really fascinating thing in terms of society. The generation is changing and I think that politicians need to reflect that, and I don't think they necessarily do at the moment.
Politicians in general I think have a disengagement with young people. They don't communicate, they don't listen to young people, so I think there's a massive gap.
They're kind of locked away in Westminster and don't seem that connected with us.
My name is Nihal. I was a Radio 1 DJ for 12 years now. I'm on the BBC Age Network and 5 Live, and I've been asked to chair today's event, which should be pretty straightforward for you guys.
It's absolutely clear to me, and I think to all of my colleagues, that young people care very deeply about political issues.
All of us have to inspire all of you with a much stronger vision of what we need to change. Young people need a voice, and they need a politics, actually, which does speak to them and does mean something to you. I want to see a Britain where young people are at the heart of democracy and are taking the place that has their name on it.
The question's being asked of the wrong people. Clearly, if politicians knew what to do to engage with young people, we'd be doing it. We're clearly useless at it.
What your parties are committing to do betterment for asylum seekers.
And we do not put pregnant women in detention centres, as you see can happen now.
The previous government introduced detention which included children, and often very young children being held in detention, and that was one of the first things that this government did, was to stop that from happening.
What needs to be done to improve our mental health services?
You would never leave someone with a physical ailment in the same way as mental health. People with mental health problems are just basically told to wait.
The thing that surprised me most was actually how much I agree with all the participants. Usually I would majorly disagree with a couple of points, but I agreed with a majority today.
I think it's good that there are people who care about what I think, so by putting on these events and saying, oh, come to somewhere where we're going to listen to what you have to say, where we're going to write about what you have to say.
They need to talk directly to young people and say, what do you care about, what's important to you, right, help us to form certain policies that will help you.
The Voice of a Generation campaign has been a brilliant tool and brilliant thing in general. I've really enjoyed it.
I have loved it.
and just to see everything and how it all works.
We've got people who we met 3 weeks ago saying that they weren't engaged or involved in politics, now saying that they want to take it back to their hometown, which really is what we wanted. We've got them engaging with MPs from the 4 major parties, you know, talking to each other and talking to people about politics. So really, I think we can say that it's been a pretty positive experience overall and exactly what we wanted. And I think that we've got a lot to be positive about for the future of Britain as well.